What bail is basically a concept that dates back to the original days of our Constitution. In fact, what bail is basically a dollar that you post, some amount, associated often with a bail schedule or higher or lower, that says that if you post that amount, you can be released. Generally, after you're immediately arrested, you may be considered for release. Most of the time, what you want is an own recognizance or OR release. What that means is that after you've been arrested, you'll usually get booked, which means your fingerprints and photos will be taken at the either jail or police agency. And then after you're effectively booked, they may release you directly back to the community on your own recognizance. This usually happens in most misdemeanors. And in fact, this is the way you want to be released if you have been arrested, because the alternatives are quite even more dire. In some situations, what will happen is that pretrial services will come basically have a conversation about you and your life, and they will make a determination as to what your probability is to return to court and not commit further offenses while you're released. And when they do that analysis, they will come up with a score that determines whether or not you in fact are to be safe if you're released to the community. Now, when I say safe, what I mean is they don't believe you're going to harm other people. And what I mean is they believe you're going to return to court. And in some situations, they may still release you on your own recognizance, but impose additional terms and conditions. What those terms usually are is, number one, that you report to pretrial services or probation while you're out on custody. It could mean in certain alcohol-related offenses that you have to wear a scram device or a continuous alcohol monitor while the case is pending. And in some situations, you may be required to wear a GPS bracelet, which traces your location while you're out of custody. And in some situations, that GPS bracelet could cause you to be detained at home, which is home detention while the case is pending. If a bond amount is assigned to you right after you've been arrested, then at that time you could bail out even prior to getting into court. But in some situations, you may actually have to go to court, face a judge, and the judge at that point will do an analysis of the factors that I just mentioned to make a determination as to whether or not you should be released into the community on your own recognizance or with additional terms and conditions, or to hold you on bail. Now, usually when bond is set at an amount that's $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, and so on, you can post what is called a bail bond. What a bail bond is when a company, a third-party entity, will make a decision as to whether or not they feel comfortable posting a bond for you, meaning the entire amount, so long as you pay a portion of that bond, which is commonly referred to as the premium. Let's talk about how that works. Generally, bail bond companies will charge you anywhere between 1% and 10% for purposes of posting a bail bond on your behalf. And keep in mind, I said between 1% and 10%, which can be quite massive. For example, if the bond is $100,000, 1% would be $1,000, 10% would be $10,000. There's a big difference between those amounts. As a result, you often should shop for the best bail carrier so that you have the least amount of money out of your pocket. Bail bond companies do their own underwriting, which makes them understand whether or not you should be released. And if they believe that you're going to run after the bond is posted, they will likely not post your bond. What that means is that even though bail has been assigned, if no bail bond company will post that bond on your behalf, that means you still get held. If you have questions about bond, you need to contact a qualified attorney and a qualified bail bondsman so that you can adequately understand what the parameters are of a bond. If you have questions about these complicated issues, we're the best resource. Give us a call at 833-6-NO-JAIL.